roll.
Oh, Christian's starting it this time. Okay, go for it. Go for it, host. Take us into it.
Welcome back, guest, to Remain, Rome, Return.
ASMR version?
This is NPR version, except NPR has been defunded. Hey, guys, welcome back. Oh, God, everyone is going to be so mad who is listening.
Hey, this is keeping them on their toes, baby. This is showbiz. We got to keep
just,
them interested.
Like, oh, I have to turn it up. This is really quiet, this episode. And then just blast them in the ears.
Fuck ice! Oh, already demonetized within 44
like we're
seconds.
Ever monetized.
Cut that. Yeah, we will never be monetized. Luckily, it looks like I'm haunting myself with how pale I am today.
It's a whole new setup, right?
Yeah. Do you want to... Should I get into what?
Does this make you feel better?
There you go. That's in solidarity, brother. Let's go.
I accidentally bought...
See? You're cheating. You're using a low light filter to make it look like you have some color on your skin. I'm all natural, baby.
Ah!
Oh my God! Turn it back.
Breaks light bulb.
The rainbow boy.
I do love how jank my setup is. Like, actual podcasters have like a nice ring light setup. Mine is literally a old lamp with the shade taken off and just a light bulb. I didn't realize when I bought them where like you can adjust the tone on them or I don't know what you'd call the hue of it.
Huey Lewis.
Hubie Halloween, baby.
Yes. Number 2. Let's go. Speaking of lamps, I do just want to call attention.
Oh, God.
My new setup here. Spring cleaning,
It is spring.
Not so clean.
But that dirty mask in the corner.
Do you want to, as today's host, because you hit record, which means you're in charge.
I'm the big boy.
Do you want to talk about my new setup, or do you want to talk about what's been grinding my gears?
Let's start with the new setup. I'm not sure for people who are viewing this on the YouTubes, but Damien looks clearer from his previous episode.
Paler, but clearer.
Because he finally, also, if you listen to the last episode, you understand that it was very laggy on someone's end, and it wasn't me.
Well,
and so Damien finally, I think at the end of that episode, was like, fuck it, I'm buying a new laptop.
It was so bad, dude. I was getting it kind of leads into the grinding of my gears. So let me start with the positive updates. Yes, I got a new laptop. It's been about 2 years in the making, honestly. That one that I was using was hanging on by a thread to the point where I couldn't even really load websites anymore. Every website that I typed in, it would just bring up a different URL and block it and say it's, you can't use this website. It's unsafe. And I'm like, it's Instagram. I just need to upload this reel.
So outdated that I was like, oh yeah, you can run. You can see photos from 2013 if you'd like.
They'll take 14 minutes to load, but you can look at them. But I couldn't even get on. I couldn't even surf the web, dude. So it
made it real weird to jerk off. You had to go to the public library
again. They're like, I thought we barred you.
Different library, man.
I'm on a list.
They're like, okay, West Covina out,
Azusa
City of Industry, where you think that would be okay.
Yeah, it's for the industry. I'm in the industry.
It's showbiz, baby.
Yeah. So, anyways, it got to the point where I couldn't even so I had to keep our recording app open because if I closed it, I couldn't get back to it.
Always open.
Yeah, and then we would have guests on, and I think in general, maybe the internet abroad isn't as good, but it didn't help the fact that I also couldn't do anything with my computer. So it was time, but the fun part is that I've needed to rearrange my my office, my studio for
Yeah.
about a year now, and I just kept telling myself I'm not going to rearrange it until I get a new laptop. Well, the faux pas in that is that I kept refusing to
Yeah.
get a new laptop because one of the things about me is, I think we talked about it in a previous episode, ironically, but what do you do that is still like the poor mindset? Did we talk
I
about
think, did
that?
I just text you that being like, hey, we should,
Maybe you
yeah.
just texted me that. So
Yeah.
let's get into it then. Essentially, what I'm saying is one of the things that happens in my brain is that there are certain things that still resonate with
Hmm.
being poor. Like I still forget that I'm not
Yes.
super poor anymore. And one of the things is buying myself literally anything. Anything that I need or want, I just say we don't have the money for that. I'm not going to spend
Hmm.
money on that. And so the faux pas with saying I will rearrange my studio when I get a new
Yeah.
laptop is that I kept just not getting a new laptop. But it worked enough, right? Like I have an or a coffee table downstairs in my living room that if you touch it, it literally shakes like it's a
Yeah.
70-story building. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I really just need to get a new coffee
Mhm.
table, but it's still
For,
standing.
yeah. I think that's also the hard part is of like, why buy something new if this still works?
That's the thing. And it's like, it doesn't work, you idiot. It's not
Or
working
it's
at
just being,
all. Well, but I can still
it
open
has
it.
like eight eight layers of duct tape, just like keep. Oh, that I
Yeah.
can. And like also the with those kind of situations of like it's of you could just go about like you should just go out, but also like of like the inconvenience of it you still go through where it would be like a big thing I've been having trouble with and trying to get better on is like time versus money now where like what's more
Hmm.
valuable kind of thing as
How many hours would I have to
yeah
work to
like
pay for
one of my
this?
friends
Yeah.
who's a doctor is like of course he's in a different league of being like he's like why are you doing that he's like think of like how much time that would save you if you hired your money like how much you get paid is worth more than like for you to fix that or to have someone come and fix it and it's like
Hmm.
oh yeah I need to start thinking with that mindset a little bit more.
Which is something that I've
Yeah.
told you for quite a while now. Because I know obviously now that the baby's here, you're not doing as nearly as much handyman
You
projects or
say
whatever.
that,
But I kept trying to,
and then I
well,
spent
sure.
6 hours yesterday in our backyard landscaping.
Jesus Christ. But see, this is what I'm talking about. We have a very different
Yeah.
mindset of like, okay, how much does it cost? And am I going to fuck it up
That's true.
worse by doing it myself and or fuck up my body because I'm so, debilitatingly out of shape that like I go and try to lift a
Yeah.
stone and my back
And then
breaks in
you're,
half. You know what
and
I'm
then,
saying? So then I'm like, but there are people who
Mhm.
have this job,
That's true.
you know?
You- Are you
So
are you
that's
saying
kind
I'm
of
stealing poor people's jobs?
that is so this is actually an intervention episode. You need to stop doing the jobs of people who need their
I
money.
should be paying instead.
Yeah, you should be paying to have these jobs done. You have no problem paying people to make Taco Bell, but you won't hire a landscaper to do it correctly.
Hey, if they would let me go in the back of that kitchen and make the Taco Bell,
You could make it at home is my point.
not I can't get those ingredients
I'll show you how to do it.
and make it taste exactly the same. See, that's also a thing
It'll be
though,
right
where
on point.
like make your own whatever from the restaurant. I'm like, yeah, but they're better at it than I am.
Well, get
Get better
better.
at making Taco Bell. How am I supposed to
Yeah.
make Baja Blast?
That's okay. You can go to Taco
That's
Bell
it?
for Baja Blast.
Okay, I'm
That's
trying to
it.
think of anything.
Oh, and the little crispy what are those? The cinnamon twists.
Oh
You can go
yeah,
for those.
which I always heard rumored was that they're just rotini thrown into a fryer.
I'm sure.
And
I'm sure. But then I feel like they would break, but maybe not.
I guess I don't know if it's cooked or pre-cooked or raw pasta. That's how you say it, right? Raw pasta. I
Raw,
like it
uncooked raw
raw.
pasta.
I like it
Yeah, baby, I like it
raw.
raw.
Rip.
Anyways, what were we
You got
saying?
a new look.
So yeah, I got a new setup. It's great. The new laptop is great. However, this will lead into some of my gripes because I just want to get
Okay,
to
you
the
can get.
gripes. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm thankful. Now let's move on to the things that are bothering me. So if anybody who knows me, I am pretty avidly anti-Apple.
Yeah.
And that's the name of this podcast,
Yeah.
Avidly Anti-Apple.
Brought to you on 2 MacBooks.
And yeah, I did break down and just get the brand new Apple MacBook.
You kind of got peer pressure into it a little bit.
Well, everybody that I asked fucking scared me
I didn't.
and was like, if you get this laptop, you're gonna be regretting it in 2 years when it stops working. You're gonna pay $900 for a laptop that stops working in 2 years, or you could spend the $1,200 on a MacBook and it'll last you 7 years. And I was like, God damn it! I definitely don't want to buy another laptop in the next decade.
I
If I
feel
don't
like
have
I
to.
didn't say that. I just said what I would buy, and I think that's
Yeah, with a hint. With a hint.
no.
Of
I was also looking
stop
at
being
the
a
other
bitch.
ones you were sending me, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're a MacBook
Anyways.
fanboy now. You're gonna have.
Maybe I just assume malintent from you.
You're not wrong majority of the time. Yeah, you got
But
I don't want to say all the bells and whistles, but like kind of took my and Jeff, friend of podcast advice of like getting one that was a bit nicer, so and like
yeah.
buying the nicer parts for it so it will last longer.
Yeah, and the thing is like you got to think of it from my brain. I legitimately only use this laptop for this purpose and for the occasional voiceover gig. I don't use it for anything else. Well, I guess I use it for posting
Yeah.
the episodes and stuff, but recording and uploading and posting the podcast and voiceover. That is the only reason I have a laptop. So to me, spending
Yeah.
$1,200 on a laptop seems like it's so egregious because I'm not sitting here
That's
gaming. I'm not sitting here writing fucking essays.
Yeah, but it's also just good. Well, I guess
you know.
isn't Abby's laptop's pretty shit though too, isn't it? Oh,
She just got a new one a couple
Okay.
years, like 2 years ago
okay.
for
I thought
school.
she had a pretty bad one though, right?
She had a really bad. We both
Okay.
Yeah, we usually get like Acers and shit like that. Like we usually get like, or is it Asus?
Asus, I think is the shoe brand or A6.
Okay, well there you go. A6.
Acer, yes.
There is an Asus, ASUS.
Oh, that's what it is.
right?
Yeah, that's a nicer than the Acer.
Okay, then we get
You
the
get like
Acer.
the Chromebook, the one they
Yes, I've
give
had
to
a-
like
I've had a
6-year-olds in every elementary school
Yep.
now.
Yep, I had a Chromebook. I think it lasted.
I had a
about 6
Chromebook
months.
as well, and I think it lasted. And then also because I didn't like, you're like you've talked about, you're very anti-Mac. And I don't want to say I'm a huge
Yeah,
Mac fan, but most of my products have been
just anti-Apple in general. Honestly.
have been like I've always had iPhones for the most part. If I've had a smartphone,
I've never had an
I've
iPhone.
had MacBooks since college. And so like when I tried to use a Chromebook, I was like, "What is this fucking Droid shit? This is this is the
Yeah.
least user friendly thing I've ever had to deal with."
Yeah, I think the issue with Apple is I think that the user friendliness is horrible. None of it is intuitive. Nothing is set up in a way that makes sense. It's like everything is on the bottom banner, but if it's not there, then you have to go to a separate folder. You have to go to the apps folder.
Yeah.
You have to do this. You have to do that. I'm like, and of course, a lot of that is just getting used to it because I've never really had I've had one Apple product in my entire life. Well, that's not true. I've had a couple because I had iPods back in the day when they first came out, and then I have an Apple phone, an iPhone for work, but I don't use it. It's just it's for work. So I've had two Apple products essentially.
And a
in my entire
MacBook is
life.
very
So I think part of
different
it
from those.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, anyways, so I took a leap of faith, bought the MacBook, and immediately was irritated. Immediately. Nothing was where it said it was. But before I even get into that, I had to get it
Hmm.
set up. Well, the setup takes a lot fucking longer than you
That's
think it
every
does.
computer.
And if you let it go to sleep while it's setting up, it does not
So you have to
successfully set up on
redo
its
it.
own. Yeah. So a process that probably takes 25 to 30 minutes now took me 2 or 3 hours because I was like, oh, cool. I'll just, it's doing the little loading
Yeah.
bar. It says it'll take 45 minutes. I'll just put it down. I wanted to watch a
Yeah.
movie with Abby. So we went and watched, I showed her Minority Report for
one.
the first time. Fucking
Yeah, it's
huge
a good
recommendation,
film.
by the way. I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. So we went and watched that. It's a 2.5 hour movie.
That long of a movie?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's very, very long. And then came out in 2002. Fun fact. I think 2000 to 2002. But it's an early 2000s movie. So for it to be 2.5 hours
Yeah.
is pretty impressive. Anyways, I go after the movie. I go to check on the update. It says could not update successfully.
Yeah.
Please restart. So I had to restart the computer, re-log back in, recreate my password, do all this stuff, write all this stuff down again, and then go ahead and do that, which means now I can't let it go to sleep. So now I'm sitting here babysitting this laptop while it's updating for another 45 minutes. And I was like, this is so obnoxious. And then I get in to like toggle around and learn my way around, and there's nothing on the home screen.
Yeah.
It's just empty. And I'm like, where is things?
They're in the banner. They're in the bottom banner.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Do you need to go to those classes at like the community college that offer like how to use a MacBook 101, and it's you and like 85-year-old men and women just saying like, my grandson said.
Yeah, it was terrible. Also, I didn't realize this because I've only ever really used Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome or things like that. I didn't realize that this platform that we use to record only works on Google. Well, that's not an option on Mac.
You have to download Chrome.
Yeah, I realized that. So I downloaded it on Chrome, but I couldn't fucking find
Because it was in the app.
Because it was in the apps. It wasn't on the banner. It was on the apps.
It to the banner.
So then it took me 15. Yeah, so it took me 15 minutes, and I tried to download it twice because I was like, oh, maybe it just didn't work. It didn't finish setting up, so it probably just didn't download this. And I finally went and found it in the apps and put it on the banner after like 15 minutes. But I was like, God damn it, why is this so complicated?
It just sounds like you're technological, like illiterate at this point.
Well, you are verbally illiterate because I don't know what that word was. Technically. You are technically
You know, the technological plates, they cause the
earthquakes, man.
Oh man.
So that's something. So yes, the quality of the podcast should hopefully go back to
well,
least being
video and audio, the actual content quality.
No, the content will be the same, which is what the 5 people that listen come back for. But I do want to apologize for the last 2 episodes at this point because I realized the quality was absolutely piss poor as far as audio and visual.
Not the previous one, but the one before that. Also, like, you know, the whole, like we've talked about, international thing sometimes messes it up. I don't think they have internet in Europe from our guest.
They're still just like rubbing sticks together to make it work.
The whole like God, I forgot what's. There's essentially just like a cable that is on the ocean floor of the Atlantic Ocean that connects Europe and America, and that cord must be just maybe a fishy is eating at it while we're trying to podcast.
Yeah, Godzilla's brushing his teeth with it or something.
That's the other ocean. Dummy.
Is that the Pacific? Damn it. Oh, yeah, because Japan.
You live like 5 feet away from the Pacific Ocean.
I'm here right now.
Because you're a Beach Boy, right?
Yeah. Producer, add in waves.
Call back to like episode, I don't know,
1 or 3. I don't know, 5.
That's the kind
Anyways, so yes, that's what we do here.
make terrible callbacks.
Um,
Yeah, no, I think good call on the updated MacBook. Now you're gonna have to get an iPhone, AirPods, an Apple TV.
I will not bow.
I will say
I will
that
not
is
bow
the nice
down to
thing
the
about
Apple overlord.
once you do know Apple, then you get all the products. Like because we do have, I have an iPhone, I have a MacBook, I have an Apple TV, and it is very seamless between all three of them. Once you know
Should we put a bet?
what.
Should we put a bet out there and we can have the listeners weigh in? Will I bow down to the Apple overlords within, what do you want to say, 6 months?
I don't
A
know
year?
when you're due for a new phone. I feel like you just got.
I just
So
got a
that-
new phone.
So then
Within,
no,
like, a year.
I'm not gonna take that. You're gonna have that phone for like 5 years because it's a fucking Samsung, and
Because it's better.
no, it's worse. I would never.
Apple, dude, iPhones do not last
They're
5
getting-
years.
they're getting
Not
better.
anymore. They used to be good. I mean, you could have an Apple 4 for
That's
16
true.
years.
There is going to be. I think it's the EU is now making it that every phone, including iPhones, will have to have replaceable batteries. So that's a
I saw
huge
that,
move.
which is
Even
great.
when they had like made all phones have to be USB-C, that was huge. Because I will say that was the shitty thing about Apple was like they changed the charger like every phone.
And then it's the same thing that I say about everything, where it's like making something better doesn't mean taking away functionality. That's the thing that bothers me. So, brand new Apple iPhone, but you can't wear corded
Yeah.
headphones anymore. Brand new Apple iPhone, but you can't use the old charger that you had for the last generation. It has to be the new one. And it's like every time you roll something out, I'm now in for another $50 that I don't need to
Yeah.
spend. And that's my issue with Apple is it's like, why do you need to change the charging port? What difference does it make? It's not more functional to
Yeah.
have a different charger. I don't understand taking away the option for corded headphones so that I can now buy your $150 headphones as opposed to going to Walmart and just getting a $15
Yeah.
pair of corded. Why are you're like, it's the Disney effect. You're crippling the people who want to purchase your products.
The corded headphone one I get now, like because at that time it was a little bit before everyone had Bluetooth headphones. I definitely was one of those people.
Yeah.
Does your Samsung have a audio output?
Not anymore.
So what are you bitching about?
No. I'm bitching about
That's what you do.
things, man. That's what I do. That's why I'm here. I'm not the host today. I'm the guest. I've come here to put a protest in order. Bring back corded headphones.
You're also gonna have a little hiccup of like another thing is that took me to get back once I got a Mac again, especially for work. The keyboard spacing on a Mac is weird.
It's very strange. I don't know why, but it seems too crowded.
I think I'm looking at my other because I have a normal. It is spaced weird. Like it takes a second to get your
Yeah.
hand used to it, and so
I also think there's something to be said about the number lock.
I do love a good
Pad.
number lock pad.
That's something that should be, here you go. That should be standard on every laptop.
I get it in the instance of like there's not enough room.
There is, let me just do this real quick. Like this whole area could be,
But that's not
if you can see
aesthetically pleasing.
well, it's functional, which brings me back to my point.
Yeah, these aren't computers for accountants, man. They're for the creative types.
This isn't data entry, bro. You could get a USB-C number lock and just do that, except for the fact that there's only 2 USB-C ports now instead of 4. That's more efficient. Now you got to buy a fucking adapter with 4 instead of just having them on the laptop.
I feel like other computers are getting rid of, like, especially you're talking about USB-A as well. They're USB-C now, but I feel like everything's moving to USB-C.
What happened to USB-B?
I don't know. Is there a USB-B?
We're just skipping
I just
it?
know USB-C. I don't know if it stands for USB, like common, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, we went USB-A to USB-C.
I'm not a computer nerd, man.
Well, could have fooled me. We've been talking about it for 25 minutes.
Well, it's because we're talking about the creative type.
That's true. Anyways, so yes, I am now an Apple man for the laptop.
For the laptop. For now.
I will not bow.
Yeah. I was very at first anti-Apple TV, like not the channel or whatever, but the actual like physical box thing, streaming device. I don't know what you want to call it, but we got one as a wedding present, and I'm like, I do like this one is a lot nicer than like, because we would just get like the cheap Roku sticks that last maybe like, or the Amazon ones that last like, they're like $20 but only last like a month.
Yeah, we're actually kind of going through the Fire Stick issue right
and
now.
So we've had our Apple TV now for quite a few years since we got married, and so it's still going strong. The only thing is the remote has it started to lose the power button, so I had to tape that back on, but like the actual like seamlessness of it has been very nice compared to like our Fire TV on a different TV where it's like
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the Fire Stick, but Hulu and Disney Plus just don't work. Netflix is fine. Amazon is okay.
Which is funny because you think it would just like that's. I wonder with the Hulu one and Disney, since they're owned by the same now, it would just mean like we're like deliberately trying to make it slower.
Yeah, they're undercutting them.
Not giving it enough bandwidth, whatever.
And Peacock doesn't work either.
Gotta get an Apple TV now.
I would sooner throw my Apple into the pool.
You're just throwing legitimate the fruits.
Just down with Bezos. Or wait, no.
They just got a new guy.
Not Bezos.
They literally just got a new CEO. A few days ago.
Yeah.
That's why you really Tim Scott. No, was it Tim?
Yeah, no.
It's Tim something because Trump called him Tim Apple, thinking that was his name. Michael Scott. Yes, from the television show The Office. The Apple. Steve Jobs. That's the.
There we go. Thank you,
he
Steve
was
Jobs.
A fucking idiot. Brilliant, but also a fucking idiot because he thought like onions could cure his cancer, and then he got it like.
How did that
got real bad. Like his cancer was like if he had just done like normal Western medicine, he would have been completely fine. But he thought he was smarter than everyone because he made the iPhone. And that
he's like, no, look, Apple is for intelligence, so you eat an apple a day to keep the doctor away. Onion is for cancer. Carrot is for vision.
100%. Don't need an optometrist.
Garlic is to keep the vampires away.
And majority of people, because you smell like garlic. Yes. So he would just eat. He was like eating onions, and then of course he didn't get better. It just got a lot worse. And then finally, like as he's on his deathbed, he's like, "Can I have the chemo now?" And they're like, "It won't do anything."
You can if you want, but you are
essentially
gone.
They're like, "You are dead, man."
Yeah.
Fucking Icarus over there.
Well,
ooh.
Yeah, I mean that
was a smart fucking that was
pretty good. Yeah. That took me a second. Now introducing Apple Icarus. It's the new product line.
He also was fucking the greatest in that. I can't remember what it is in California. Once you buy a new car, you have to like get plates for it within, I don't know, a month or two or whatever. So instead of registering his car, he would just buy a new car every month.
That's the way around the system, bro. You're not going to hold me down. I'm going to spend $40,000 a month.
I that seems like more work than to go, but I guess he hated the DMV. That couldn't he just?
You
Couldn't
can
he
do it
just
online.
hire someone to go? Some things you have to go to the DMV though for. I feel
I don't think you can hire somebody for things like that because it's like
you have to go sign. Can't just do like power of attorney to the intern.
Well, you should have focused on that rather than making the most difficult user interface of all time. Make that easier.
He'll get used to it. You're
if
like
you're so
in
smart.
a day or two after clicking around, you're gonna be fine.
The real test is going to be editing this episode because I'm cutting all.
You're cutting all of the. This is gold.
Boring.
Now you just need to go get a mouse.
Anyways, I do need to
got
get a mouse.
plenty of them in my house.
Mouse house. Haunting of. Shout out. Anyways, what are some other things you have for me as the guest today? Because a guest canceled again for the third time in a fucking row.
They sounded like they should have.
I liked it. Cut that. Now they know who we're talking about.
I guess that's true. We can cut that. Well, you're cutting it, so.
Thanks for setting me up. I'm going to say your baby's name now.
His name is
Robert Paulson.
Christian Jr. I don't get Junior. Like,
anyways,
naming your kid after your like directly where they have to have the name Junior.
Well, isn't that the irony behind being like having a kid is the most selfless thing you can do? And like, then why the fuck is it named after you?
Direct name too, like
not just like okay, your name's Christian. If you had a baby and named him Chris, but it wasn't Christian, it was just Chris. It's like influenced by that's a little different. But to name the baby exactly your name and then to be like, yeah, having babies is the most selfless thing you can do. I'm like,
I guess
no,
the
it isn't.
only worst thing would be if I had like a daughter and her name was like Christina.
That's true.
It's
No,
a
it's a
family
family name.
name.
No, it isn't. It's
Just
your
the
name.
feminine version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really got the
it's
junior
silly.
aspect of names.
That's a good
That's a
stand-up
good
bit.
stand-up bit.
Turn that into
Oh,
something.
I didn't text you this question. I had it last night of outdoor music concerts or concerts outside. What is your thoughts?
Are we talking just a concert or are we talking like a
Just a
festival?
concert. You
I
dig
dig
it?
it. Yeah, I dig it.
I'm mixed about it. So last night,
Okay.
what also brought this up, and then I really thought about it afterwards, was we had like some storms here last night, and there was an outdoor concert at Memorial State at the football stadium. So like 70,000 people, and of course it's outdoors, but it literally rained starting when the concert was supposed to start, and then like stopped at like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So they couldn't start and there was lightning, and so they couldn't start the concert until like 10:30, 11. And by that point, like no opening bands could play. It was just the headliner. And
Oh,
so I was
that
like,
sucks.
and then I thought about it more too, about like, especially in the Midwest, maybe it's different. Maybe I would have a different opinion if I was in LA. The like concerts in the summer kind of suck because it's just so fucking hot and humid.
Yeah, I guess maybe there is a caveat there. I answered strictly because I've lived in LA for the last, almost decade now. I really like outdoor concerts here. In the Midwest, I would agree. I probably would be very hesitant to even purchase a
Yes.
ticket. Because it's like, okay, so I'm going to buy this ticket and probably have it be canceled or have it be just the worst
I'm
weather
gonna
of
just
all
be
time.
sweating profusely the entire time, and then having to pay like
Yeah.
$5 for a bottle of water.
Right. Yeah, I see both sides of that for sure. I think in LA or in California, totally thumbs up on an outdoor concert. Midwest, no, probably not. However, caveat to the caveat, I am done with music
When you
festivals.
say that was also going to be a talking point I was going to talk about with you because Coachella just happened.
Ooh,
Of
we did Couchella with
Did
JM.
you just watch Coachella from the couch? So
Yeah.
yeah, that was actually going to be something I brought up of being like, would you? Did you ever actually have a desire to go to Coachella or like any of that?
No, no. I mean, by the time I heard of Coachella, I was already in
Yeah.
my 30s. I didn't really know what that was until then. If I was younger, I probably would have vied after it and been like, yes, let's go. But I mean, I've been done with festivals since I was probably in my
When you
late
say
20s.
festivals, though, what do you like?
I'm talking I'm talking more than just the average length of a concert.
Even
So,
just a single day, like noon,
single day.
noon
Well,
to midnight.
it's yeah, noon to midnight.
Okay.
I'm not going. I'm not going because I'm like I love live music. It's probably
Yep.
my number one or number two favorite activity. But I like them because I can go have like a huge
Hmm.
amount of fun in a short period of time and then move on with my day. But it's like I don't know about you guys out there, but standing in general admission for 4 hours, my legs, my back,
Crack.
my ankles, my
My
knees
lie, my
are
bag.
out of commission. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So now I'm just going to do that for 12 hours, 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
No.
It's also with it. It's so I was just thinking exclusive of Coachella, being like, first of all, it's so expensive to even get in the door.
That, dude.
How many of the artists do I actually want? Like the only music quote unquote bigger festival I would maybe want to go see would be when we were young or Vans Warped Tour, just because.
Right.
Especially when I always look at the lineups and I'm like, okay, I almost want to see every single band on that lineup. But Coachella, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't care about majority. So what am I doing during that time between bands I want? I'll go probably check out
Right.
bands just because I like every kind of music, but also like
Sure.
if I'm paying that much money, I'm not wanting to like not see bands I don't want to see.
Yeah, and I also think there's a difference because I enjoy going to concerts where I don't know who the openers are because then I
Mhm.
might learn a new band and download them and have new music to listen to. It's different when it's headliners.
I would.
I don't want to go and watch a headliner that I've
Uh,
never heard of before. I'm
I'll
there to
also
like
add in for like,
jam
especially
out.
concerts. We were talking about the opener. The opener is probably going to be at least similar or like in the same ballpark as the headlining band.
As a headliner. Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be a very similar genre most
Yeah,
of the
there or at
time.
least it's going to be a band the headliner likes for the most
Sure.
part. Like
Yeah.
it's going to be so
Right.
you're probably going to want to see that. But yeah, if it's just
Hmm.
like a festival, it's like maybe I don't want to. And also I do. Yeah, like you were saying, it's a young person game. Like we had some
Yeah.
great times at Maha in
Oh
Omaha.
yeah. Can Roxas was fun back in the
Um,
day.
what was the one?
Warped Tour. I've been to Warped Tour
God,
like four
fucking just
times.
standing in concrete, just sunburnt.
Yeah. Dude, hot as shit. And they don't have like again, you have to buy
I think
water bottles.
festivals
They don't have
are
water
getting better
fountains.
about bringing in like water trucks.
They
Coachella,
need to.
I will say
It
that
should be
about Coachella. What
mandatory.
they do is they hand you like a. I watched a video on it because I enjoy watching this one like group of British friends who just goes to music festivals. They mostly started just in the UK, and then they're now like international with shit. But they were saying with Coachella because it's in the fucking desert. Also, that seems miserable,
Yeah.
just dusty desert. Uh,
Yeah.
they hand them like a really nice, like reusable water bottle when they walk in, and then they can refill it throughout the day for
That's
free.
nice.
It's like, oh, that's a
That's
smart
nice.
thing.
I think charging for water is so end
Hmm.
times
Yeah.
evil. the thing that you need to stay alive and healthy. They're like,
Yeah.
$6. What?
for
What?
for
What are you talking about?
16-ounce Dasani.
Right. I mean, charge me eight. I don't love the fact that a beer is $18, but it's like you don't
No.
need a beer.
Water. I think it's also
So,
changed. Water culture has changed so much where like everyone has a water bottle nowadays, like on them all the time. Like I got my little baby water bottle that everyone makes fun of.
Kitten mittens.
Like my little baby.
Speaking of the desert, Joshua Tree National Park, shout out. Oh, hey, what's this?
Our little baby stickers.
Little baby stickers. I've been out of those for
I
like a
have
year.
some somewhere.
I need to cancel my subscription to the QR code and to the sticker website because in order to keep the QR live, you have to keep paying a yearly subscription. And I'm like, well, it's clearly not doing anything, so I need to cancel that.
Where does it even go? Where's the
mean?
QR? If I scan the QR code, what does it go to?
It goes to our link tree.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
To be like, if I see a random QR code nowadays, though,
Let that show that Christian has no idea what is going on behind the scenes.
You made
of
the
this
QR
podcast.
code. I didn't.
I know, but I sent you the stickers and I told you what it's for.
I'm like,
And then you never used the stickers. So I spent hundreds of dollars
we went halvesies
on the stickers, not the QR code.
I'm surprised you just didn't do a free QR code.
You can do that, but they're only good for a month.
Oh, I did not know that.
So I wanted it in perpetuity.
Well, now it sounds like you don't want it in perpetuity.
Not anymore. It was another failed.
I think people are suspicious
PR
of QR.
stunt.
If you see a random QR code in the wild, I'm not scanning it.
What's it going to do?
Put a virus on your phone.
Well, if you put everything under a microscope, everything's a bad idea.
Well, no, it's just now they become bad. Like I think they're still good. Like if you're at a restaurant and you have to scan the QR code for the beer menu.
That's where I get my viruses.
Hepatitis, ABC, easy like 1, 2, 3, right, man? Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
It's where were we? Oh yeah, kind of. I think I'd still prefer give me an indoor concert. Because I will also say with outdoor concerts, sound quality is always shit.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. That's why I always stick to standing by the sound booth. The closer you are to the sound booth, the better the sound is. But also, a lot of times at outdoor concerts now, the sound booth isn't out in the crowd anymore.
Is it?
Which I've noticed. It's like behind the scenes.
Probably to have more floor space. Because I guess there are some places where it is really cool to see music. Like sadly,
House of Blues.
Well,
House of Blues is my favorite place to see music.
Where's that at? Is that in Anaheim?
In Anaheim, but just in general. There's one in San Diego. There's House of Blues
that's a pretty big
all over.
chain.
But that's the best venue to see music because they understand the sound quality importance.
What's the really nice outdoor theater by it's by like the Dodgers Stadium, like in LA. Fuck.
Is it the Hollywood Bowl?
I'm thinking the Hollywood Bowl. I've heard that.
Yeah, we're actually going there in October.
What are you seeing?
My Chemical Romance.
Oh
and the
shit,
Used.
that had to be expensive or hard to get.
It actually wasn't. Tickets were like $150 each.
Terrible.
Which isn't terrible for the Hollywood Bowl, and it's a huge deal. Keegan and Indigo are coming in town for it. My sister and her husband are coming into town for it, and Jeff and Ida are also going with us. It's going to be a lot of you. It's going to be a lot of us, and they only let you. Is that it? Is it 8? I think it's 8 of us that are going. But anyways, we got into the pre-sale line, and we were going to buy. It was either 6 or 8 tickets. I don't remember now, but they only let you buy 4. And so we're
Yeah.
gonna have to split up. People are gonna have to sit by themselves.
Just all
So what would you
you
do in this
all
situation?
individually have to sit by yourselves.
No, there's
I was
four.
just joking.
So I mean, honestly, that would be the only fair way to do it is to split up the entire party.
No.
How would you do
Well,
it?
I was also going to make a joke. I was trying to say that you couldn't sit with Abby. You had to go sit all the way by yourself, and then Abby.
Yeah, just
Yes.
individual seats. That would be
Ooh,
good.
yeah, because you're like kind of the epicenter of how everyone knows each other. Do
Yeah,
Keegan and Indy know Jeff and Ida at all, or do your sister? How?
they they know
But
them, and same with my sister and Jeff and Ida. Like they know
I
each other
would
to an
do
extent.
you, Abby, your sister, and her boyfriend, and then Keegan, Indy, Jeff, and Ida. That would be
Yeah,
my just based on, I don't know. The only people I really don't know out of the situation is your sister and her husband
and Alex. Yeah,
very well. But from what you've kind of mentioned, it seems they would be more comfortable being with you guys.
yeah. Also, Haley, my sister, is a huge MCR and the Used fan. Like she grew up in
Yeah.
their heyday, and she's always loved them. She
I
knows
love
like
you
all their
say like
songs.
in their hate, like we weren't growing up right there with.
True, but I didn't listen to
Oh,
that
I did.
music
Maybe that makes a
when they
difference.
were in their.
I had a Chemical Romance like T-shirt in high school. Like I
Yeah, like I was
more hardcore.
always
Yeah,
a metalhead, more hardcore. So I always thought My Chemical Romance to use Fallout Boy, Panic at the Disco. I always thought that was like gay. I was like, oh fuck, that's gay
that sounds
music,
about.
dude. Um, the point is that Haley was like that was
Yeah.
her style of music, and same with Abby.
Hmm.
Abby loves that kind of music, and so like those two, I feel like are the two who are there
Yes.
for
Okay.
the music specifically. I'm going because I like My Chemical Romance and The Used, but I'm there because it's the Hollywood Bowl
Yeah.
and it's fucking awesome. And that's going to be a great show because MCR has this like big
Hmm.
old stage show that they do. They're doing the full Black
That'll be
Parade
pretty cool.
album in like
Yeah.
a theater presentation. I was like, that's going to be awesome at the Hollywood Bowl. We got great seats right in the center bowl. But I'm like, I just feel like it would be rude to have my sister because Haley and Alex are flying
Yeah.
into LA from Omaha. I mean, they're staying with us like for the full week ahead of time, but they're coming here essentially for that. So I think it'd be rude to like not
Yeah.
be with them and put them with people that they don't know that well. I mean, I guess we could put them with Keegan and Indigo because
Yeah.
they have a better relationship, a closer relationship with them. But then it's
You see
like,
Jeff and Ida
I don't know.
all the time, like kind of thing as well.
Right. Right. And I see Keegan and Indigo more than I see
Mm-hmm.
Haley and Alex. So it's like, but it seems rude to like split people up, but they would not let us buy
That makes sense.
tickets
So, like,
together.
especially a huge pre-sale like that. I'm guessing, Micah, they're probably doing multiple days at the Hollywood Bowl, aren't they?
Yeah, it's two. So the first day, I had a hard time choosing between
Mm-hmm.
which day because one of the days is
Mm-hmm.
the used, and then the other day is thrice. And I like thrice more than I like the used, but everybody else likes the used more than thrice. So I was like, all right, we'll see the used. I feel like that's more
The
everybody
used
else's
put on
style, but I like
the
thrice
used do
more.
put on a good show. I saw them
Oh, I'm
at
sure.
fucking
I'm
So
sure.
Cool.
Hell yeah,
So
Burt
Burt
McCracken.
McCracken.
That's
Yes,
the
it
lead
is.
singer's
He
name.
dated. He was on the Osbournes technically for like a little bit because
That's
he was
true.
dating Kelly Osbourne. Now she's married
true.
to
I
a
forgot
guy
about
from
that.
Slipknot and lives in fucking Iowa. He was in the
No
fucking Iowa
way.
paper. At
Norway.
least before Ozzy died. Rest in peace, Ozzy, of course. Of yeah, because they own a farm in like rural Iowa. Yeah,
Interesting.
it was in
That's cool.
the Des Moines paper.
Well,
I can't think of the Des Moines paper. The Des Moines Register. I think that's what it might be called.
push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that stops the ache.
So
That's the name of the newspaper.
what's the name of the newspaper?
Yeah. It's a long title,
but when you the home to Slipknot, you're like, that's also their slogan, home of Slipknot, hometown paper of Slipknot.
we have corn.
It actually
and
started out
Slipknot.
as a fanzine.
Yeah. Fun fact is, I think Slipknot is banned from doing big shows in Iowa
Because
too.
they caused too much of a riot.
I think so.
I
Now that could just be
I
hearsay.
honestly don't. Oh, I was supposed to talk to you about a book I just finally finished. Longest
right.
book, but like ended up being better. I did. It's called Meet Me in the Bathroom. But it
Take your clothes off, make love to me up against a dirty wall, 'cause I can't wait to get you home. Who's that?
Is that 303? Swayze.
Swayze.
Similar vibe. Similar
Fuck
vibes.
yeah.
No,
303 is a little bit more like punky. Swayze is a little bit more like
reggae, yeah.
reggae rap.
I did know that. Damn it.
Love that. Love that song.
Maybe so. Essentially, it was about like everyone told me I had to like read it. Like so many recommendations because it's about the music scene in New York City from 2001 to 2011, and like not my most favorite. So like really big factor about it is like the Strokes, just kind of about the up and coming about the Strokes, the yeahs, and like.
Rebirth and Rock and Roll in New York City, 2001 to 2011.
Yes, I will recommend it. It is super long. I did the audiobook, and it's like a 20-hour audiobook. Yeah.
Oh, wow. How many pages is it? It's only 640
the
pages.
The audiobook is so long. Like, enough where I originally was listening to it on Spotify, and I guess I didn't realize Spotify has a cap limit on audiobooks.
Yes. Yeah, I've tried to download audiobooks and it will not let me. It doesn't
and
like
so,
me. I need permission.
Oh,
for
is
some
Abby
reason.
the account holder? Yeah.
I
so
guess,
but it like times you out, and so like I wasn't finished with it. So luckily I was able to get it from the audiobook from the local library. So I was able to finish it. But what was really cool about it was they had a full chapter just about Omaha.
Oh.
Connor Oberst and like Saddle Creek Records and stuff, and so
sure,
yeah,
that makes sense. Okay, I added that to my list.
Yeah,
of things to
kind of how like essentially how like hipsterness started and how it like how Brooklyn and Williamsburg became a thing. So it was really cool to actually like listen to like to learn about the Strokes essentially. But I learned that all of those bands are essentially like Ivy League grads or come from like really rich families. It's like that checks out.
Yeah,
if you're moving to New York City.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of the industry is like even the people you think came up on their own through Hard Knock Life and stuff like that, they pretty much didn't.
A few people have.
It's very rare. A few people here and there. Like I would say it's not uncommon, but it's way more common for any band who hits it big. They have some sort of
or like a head start where like they come from a well-off family where if they were to fail, like,
and that goes with any entertainment industry. By the way, that's not just music. It's actors, it's podcasters, it's author. Well, authors are a little bit different. Sometimes authors.
I would say that one of the biggest. I did not. So the author is Sarah J. Maas. She does like probably the biggest like women's fantasy writer right now. She does like all of those books. Yeah, the Fairy Smut essentially. And it's like, her parents are like powerful attorneys in Manhattan. It's like you were gonna be fine no matter what. You went to fucking like Oberlin.
Right. Exactly.
Don't make it. You're not coming out of a state school.
Yeah. Speaking of books and being long, I am finally almost done with The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. So Brandon Sanderson's either first or second
Yeah.
favorite author. Him and Neil Gaiman
Mm-hmm.
are pretty close to my top favorites. Shout out TJ Klune is probably third. But it's funny you're talking about how long that book was, and it's like 600-ish pages. I read these Brandon Sanderson novels, and they're like
Yeah.
1,200 or like 1,500 pages. And then I'm sitting here, and I'm like, man, I've been reading this book for 6 months, and it's like, yeah, it's 1,300 pages, you know, and it's all world building and very in depth story setting and stuff
And the
like that.
names
So
aren't
it's
easy.
just funny.
Like you read the names, you're like, that's. I'm just gonna call this character Gerald because that's how I'm gonna read it.
Yeah,
You're Gerald
exactly.
now.
Yeah, but I love the long books like that. But I've been reading The Way of Kings for probably 5 months now.
Do you forget? Do you forget
almost done.
things as you're going?
Not really. My comprehension is actually better than people
Yeah.
would probably anticipate. But there are certain story arcs that I tend to forget about until it gets brought back up. So, but no, it's great. Speaking of Brandon Sanderson from Nebraska.
Oh yes, I think you mentioned that.
From Lincoln, Nebraska.
Interesting.
So there's hope out there for us, folks.
Well, maybe not for. Maybe
I thought we were writing a book at some point.
maybe not hope for us, but maybe for the baby.
For the listeners out there and for the baby. Yeah.
No, he's going to be the one who's going to be successful because I had to get to the next fucking social status or whatever.
Right. Yeah, we're not going to be successful, but if I have kids and with your baby, they're
Yes.
going to be
They're going to
successful.
have their own. The baby's already watching SNL, so he's getting a head start.
There you go. There you go. I've been doing stand up.
Do we want to get it? We're about at the hour mark.
Get into it. We said we would talk about it last time. We have, and because all the guests cancel, we may as well just have some fun. So I've been doing stand up. I've done at this point. I think I've done 5.
That's pretty good.
5
Are
open
they
mics.
all most same location, or have they been?
Yeah. Yep, all of them have been in the same location because one of the caveats for me not doing stand up for so long, as we've talked about in the past, is like LA and New York are the two main comedy scenes in the United States. With that brings a lot of pressure, and with that comes like you could walk into an open mic and a very famous touring comedian could walk in.
Or
and
even
do a
just
set.
a like comedian who is like not local, but like who's just lives here and is like, oh, I wrote this bit, I need to go try it out before I actually make people pay me to come. Actually, a lot of those probably do it like the fucking Patton show where it was just them bullshitting and getting paid to bullshit in front of us and us just eating it up because it was still their bullshit's so much better even than what we can make.
Than anything. Yeah. And you see these stand-ups and you're just like, what am I even doing here? You know? But anyways, so one of the things that I always said was if I can find an open mic that isn't at a comedy venue that's fairly close to my house, I'll get up and I'll go do some. And it was kind of my way of saying I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Because there is a place that has open mics once a week, and it's at the fucking Laugh Factory. So it is a comedy venue for touring paid comedians. There was the Chatterbox, which is an open mic venue, but it's specifically for comedy, and that is the room where a lot of LA comics get their start. They go back to pay homage to that place. So anyways, I wasn't doing it because all of these comedy venues are too high stakes to go up for your first time and eat shit. So there's a new-ish restaurant / brewery called Gladiator Brewery in downtown Covina, and every other Wednesday night they've started doing open mics, and it's only been going for a couple of months. So essentially, Abby and I were out having dinner one night. We walked past Gladiator. They had a sign that said, now introducing open mic nights. And it was that night was the first night that they ever did it. So we walked in because I was like, oh, I just want to see what the setup looks like, how it looks, blah, blah, blah. And eventually Abby wrote my name down and put my name in the bucket.
Of course.
And they called me. Yeah. So it was very kismet in the way that we just stumbled into it. I didn't know they were doing it. We just walked past and she's like, oh, look, they have an open mic. And I was like, okay, let's walk in. And so that's how I got started. Again, if that was Chatterbox or the Laugh Factory or anything like that, I wouldn't have even walked in. But because it was like a little brewery, I was like, oh, this would be interesting. And now it's, it's already turning into people who, the last time I went, it was a really bad crowd because the Dodgers were playing. It was the NBA playoffs. It was like there was a lot going
the clip
on.
you sent me, I was watching the game. Nothing worse than doing comedy, and there's something more entertaining to the people that is directly behind of where you're doing comedy.
Yeah, it's rough, and that place is full of pool tables.
It was
too.
There was a bit of clatter.
Yeah, so it's people who are there to play pool, to drink beer, and to watch sports. But anyway, so the first few times, so I went up on my first time, and I actually did okay. It was fine. I did like 4 minutes, and it was all just set up like premises, just random observations that I thought were funny. And then I was like, okay, those got a pretty good laugh, so I started actually writing a set. Well, this last time that I went, I ran into the host ahead of time and was like, hey, I have a new bit that I wanted to try out. Is it like 10 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? And he was like, just shoot for 5. But if you go over by a minute or two, that's fine. Well, I had written my set to be like 12 minutes. And I was like, shit, I was hoping it'd be 10 so I could go over by like a minute or so. But he said 5, so I had to cut a bunch of shit and throw in the new joke. But the point that I'm trying to say is the crowd this time turned out to be a lot smaller, so they would have allowed me to do like 10 or 15 minutes. And I just shot myself in the foot by cutting a bunch of shit. But there was 5 comedians or open micers there. I was one of them. There was one more who was like an open micer, and everybody else performs at the Comedy Store, at the Improv down in Hollywood. Like they just came from doing 15 to 20 minutes at the store. They just came from Hollywood doing the Improv to come here and do an open mic to work on new bits. So it's like even at a place like this brewery, I'm going up against people who have been doing it for 7 years, who are actually getting paid to perform, and who 2 of them actually host their own open mics. So it's like, man, even at like a little brewery in LA, you get people who are professional comedians.
Yeah, they're like, if they have time, like people are just looking for time to practice, especially like new to look.
But driving from Hollywood to downtown
That
Covina
one's a little much
on a Wednesday night.
Well, especially if they're trying to do more than one mic, but if that's, but sometimes it's good to do like different places, because then you get like, especially if they're trying to do like a full like half an hour or something, and they're like working on bits, and they've gone through it enough, like, because that's also like what I didn't enjoy about some open mics was like I just heard some people's sets way too many times, which you do need to practice them, but once you get them to a point, they're like, there's only so much you can flush out at a certain point. But they're like, because even in fucking Des Moines, Iowa, there was an open mic night almost every night of the week, it felt like. And so, you'd go Monday night, see someone set, Tuesday night, same set, Wednesday night, same set, Thursday night, same set. Yeah. So by Thursday, you're like, okay, I'm over this.
But I have mixed feelings about that, because like that's what it's for, right? But I do also see the other point where I'm like, but you're not a professional comedian. You're just here doing open mics. You don't need to run a set as if you're going to perform a 15-minute set and
Yeah.
get paid for it. You're literally just here to flush out bits. So I think I'm kind of riding that line right now where my goal was to perform and be off script, which means that I've got it memorized, which means I'm already doing it too much for an open mic setting. You know, but then I go to these open mics and all of these people are completely off script. So it's like, I don't understand how you can be off script at an open mic and not repeat material.
Like when you say off script, like no notes at all. Oh,
Nothing. So that's what I'm talking about, where I'm like, they get up there and they're doing a 10-minute set with nothing. And so I'm up there reading off my phone and it's like, is this an open mic or is this a set? I think I'm having a hard time delineating between the two.
Once you get to a certain level, it is like, and those people, and it might be different because maybe they do have a show coming up soon where they've already have all 15 minutes ready to go. There's flushing it, like getting the fine tweaks versus brand new material. So maybe next time they come back, it will be brand new material.
Yeah. So with that being said, now that I was able to go off script, do I just blow up that set, keep it for later, but just blow up that set and just go only do new material for 5 to 10 minutes? Because even the host is like, kind of knows what I'm going to say at this point.
Sometimes I keep, like, if there's some jokes, like, you sent me some stuff where I help punch it up a bit. You could do, though, like, new one. You can, like, the stuff you want to punch up, keep that, ditch what you think is already good, and then introduce new material. So, like, a kind of a hybrid of both is how I would do it.
Yeah. Because I was thinking next time I'm just going to go, I'm not even going to do like an intro. Because I have like this intro that I think is funny that introduces myself. And then my ending bit ties back into the intro. But I'm like, at this point, I do feel like it's too much of a set. I think I just go and I just start. I don't even introduce myself. I just start talking about random shit and maybe just see how that goes.
That's how I would do it. And then usually I would always end my set being like, oh, I'm Christian Reynolds. You've been a great crowd, and then walk off.
Yeah. I'll tell them to check out the podcast. If you really don't want to laugh, check out my podcast.
This is when we need the t-shirt. So you're up there with the t-shirt on.
Right. Scan my QR code. They're like, dude, that's how you get viruses. That's a callback.
That was a good callback. How are the other comedians, especially the ones who are getting like, are they good?
Well, the people who I would consider comedians, not open micers, are pretty fucking good. They're pretty good. I actually just met this dude named Grayson. He's from Iowa. Moved from Iowa to Arizona to do comedy, and then moved to LA.
Arizona comedy scene.
Yeah. Or no, I think he went there to go to ASU and then started doing comedy. So he moved from Iowa to Arizona to go to ASU and then started comedy in Arizona.
That makes more sense.
And then moved here in like 2021 or 2022. So he's been doing comedy, and he's my age. So he's been doing comedy since college in Arizona and then in LA. So he was really good. There's another guy named Caesar who was fantastic. He's another one where I'm like, he's up there completely off script. Seems like he's just making things up on the spot and is just crushing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it's very discouraging. And then you get plenty of feedback. Like I asked for feedback from friends and stuff like that, but I'm also getting feedback from the people there. And I'm just like, man, I am bad at comedy.
It's just, it comes with practice. And then like you get your own style. Yeah. And then, but also, I would say another recommendation
but also, you are terrible at comedy.
If you have your phone like this and it looked like you were just almost like reading from your phone a little, like too much.
Which is funny because I was holding it out here, but the first 4 times I was literally reading off of it because I was like, I had never done it before. These are bits that I wrote down throughout the years that I just never looked at once I wrote them. So I went up and was like, let me see what's funny on here. Like I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? And now that I've looked at my notes, now that I've looked at those bits, now I'm going a little bit more off script. But yeah, So it's interesting.
Yeah, I would say it's even I notice like with again doing the same bits, but sometimes when you do it different times, like I can't remember what I think we were watching someone's comedy special. I can't remember who, like someone's full comedy special. And like once you do it enough, I could even be like, oh, they punched up that joke. That's how they punched it up. Like they were at an open mic night or like
Right.
doing something and like they made that up in the spot. And I was like, oh, that carried over to the comedy special.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm definitely I was feeling very discouraged after
Yeah.
my last one. And I think part of it is because I knew that I was going this time. And so I had
Yeah.
pre-written, like memorized material. And I was so nervous. And then I went up and there was like
Yeah.
nobody in the crowd. And so I was just like, oh, it sucks to be that nervous to like get nothing out of it. Because I didn't even know if the new joke worked.
Oh,
I didn't
just,
know
yeah.
if
it was going to be silence
did
no
well,
matter
'cause-
what.
yeah, because it's just other
Yeah.
open micers. They're not exactly the best
Especially
crowd.
LA open micers. They're probably just dicking around on their phones
Yeah.
versus.
Yeah, all of them are on their phones. And of course I get it too. Like you're waiting for your set. You're not listening to what somebody else is doing. You're running your set
Yeah.
over in your head. So I get that, but it's like if everybody who's there, who's not a stand-up, is playing pool or watching a game, I don't know how well I'm doing, which is also that was also part of the caveat. It's like, I don't want people who are staring at me expecting great comedy because it's going to be terrible. So you reap what you sow, I guess is what I'm saying.
Now, my biggest advice of anyone who's starting to do comedy, make friends with the other comedians. Like, that's how I got better at comedy was like, because then they would help punch it up. I'd grab a beer afterward. And then that's also how you get into shows. Like, that's... Yeah, shockingly, I got paid to do comedy quite a few times in Iowa. Just because if you're a good hang, like we've talked about all the time, if you're a good hang, people will want you around and will be like, hey, I'm doing a show. Do you want to be on it? Do you want to be the host? That's how I got started doing a lot of like comedy, like initially getting paid in comedy was I offered to be the host. It was, like $20, but I got $20 and an open bar tab, baby. They lost money.
Yeah, I think that's kind of my like short-term goal at this point. If I can just be good enough and have solid bits that I can do within being a host, because I think I'm a naturally good host, hyping up the crowd, bringing up people with energy, talking like, oh, this guy's so funny, blah, 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 bring him up. Like, I think I'd be good at that. And I would just need to have, 10 to 15 minutes that I can sub in and out. That'd be fine, at least for the short term. So we'll see. Or I'll just quit.
That's pretty.
And never do it again. Those are my two options.
You can always fall back on this podcast.
I could just be in the corporate world for the rest of my life and be miserable.
Hey, you're think about it. You're doing. I don't want to say better, but you're at least in LA. You're beating all the Iowa comics because you're in LA.
That's
Think
true.
about it.
I'm gonna get noticed.
You have a much better chance of getting noticed. You could be the best comedian in Des Moines, Iowa, but if you're not in LA, or New York, what's the point? Or Austin a few years ago, but that's not really a thing anymore.
That's true. Nashville's coming up.
I guess it is a big.
Thanks to Theo and Nate Bargatze and.
Bleh.
You don't like Nate Bargatze?
He's starting to wear me down a little bit. I think he's still a good stand-up, not a good actor. I thought he would be a better actor.
Oh,
I
sure.
thought he would be a better.
Sure.
Okay, that's maybe it's the saturation of him. But more of that was for Theo. Theo is just a trash bag.
Come on the podcast. This is a trash bag pod.
We're trash. I don't know what's below trash.
Well, he's doing better than both of us combined, so he can't be.
But he's also been on
trash.
Doing the because he was on The Real World. That's how he got to start, right?
Yeah. Him and Christina Pajitsky,
So.
Tom Segura's wife.
Oh, I didn't. Another bleh.
Another. I think you just hear one or two things from comics and just go hate them. I don't think you know anything. You didn't even know who Christina
Don't
Persistence
care.
was, and you're like, yeah,
Not
hate her.
her. Tom
She sucks.
Segura.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Christina
No,
P.
I
I
don't
was
know.
like, I don't. You didn't even know who she
Neutral
was.
on her. Actually, probably don't. If she's married to Tom Segura, probably bleh as well. It's the whole if there's one Nazi in the group, then you're a Nazi. If you're married to Tom Segura,
Anyways,
bleh.
Bleh. Anyways,
Bleh.
how about the gay of Hormuz? Huh? I don't know. I'm trying to find an exit point here.
I did also have a very good question from listening to this book that
Okay.
it probably is not a good quick ending, but I'm going to do it anyway. Have you ever wanted to live in New York City?
This is actually a fun one because it shows a lot of like not character development in the way that I'm like better now for thinking this way, but character development in the way that it's complete 180. So most of my life I spent being like, I don't even want to visit New York City. I don't even nothing about that.
They got
sounds
rats
fun.
there.
Too many people. They got rats.
The rats are eating the pizza.
It smells like shit. No, those are the turtles in the sewer.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like
but-
Ninja Turtles
but
or
the
something
rat-
like that.
you got to have a very special rat to teach them.
Very wise rat.
And his name,
Yeah.
Ratatouille.
So I went-
Remy.
Remy Ratatouille.
That's supposed to take place. That's in Paris, right? That's more in Paris. So Paris and Paris and New York, known for their rats that do things.
Yeah, they're honestly Paris and New York seem very much the same.
Yeah.
They seem very similar. But yeah, so I spent my whole life being like, I don't want to step foot in New York. It's gross. It's dirty. It's too many people. What's the big deal about fucking skyscrapers and cement? Like, who gives a shit?
I'm walking here.
And now I'm walking in. And the attitudes of people always were off-putting to me. And as of the last probably 3 years, I've been like, I need to go to New York. I have to go to New York. I have to see what it's all about. It seems so much fun. It looks like it'd be a blast. I kind of want to try to get stabbed on the subway. Like, it seems like a pretty fun time. And then I'm like, within the last 6 months, I go, if I go to New York, I'm afraid I'm going to fall in love with it and want to live there. So I've done a complete 180 shift of being like, I don't want to step foot there. And now I'm worried that when I go, I'm going to want to move there.
Wow. So you've never been?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never been to the East Coast except for quote unquote Florida.
That's the South.
I don't consider that the
That's
East
the
Coast,
South.
but yeah, exactly.
They get in.
But no, I've never been to the East
Shocking
Coast at all.
considering how much traveling you guys have done.
2026 was supposed to be our East Coast year of going from top to bottom, but that's not going to work out this year.
That's I guess with.
But what about you?
So I've been to New York once, but again, I was supposed to run the marathon, and it was right after the big hurricane. Literally, and I was with my mom, so it was a weird trip to say that. And we were mostly in Manhattan, if we were really anywhere. And I'm taking my Midwest mom on the subway and having to be the parent there, being like, hey, we have to go here. I had just come back from Europe, so I knew how to navigate major cities. At that point, the biggest place my mom has ever been was St. Louis.
Right.
And so I'm having to drag Orlando. Orlando might be bigger, but never. I don't even think she's been to Chicago. So not very urban cities. And I don't know. I don't think I would want to live in New York. I like the idea of it. But also just everything's so expensive. And
Yeah, I don't
living
disagree with that.
in a like tiny apartment. I again also now that I'm a dad, that has to factor into everything I do now.
What about the outskirts,
Like
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 Ithaca and
Ithaca,
stuff?
fucking Staten Island, or Queen Long Island.
Mhm.
That I could definitely do like that suburb life, but at that point, what's the difference between that and living where I live now? Besides being like 2 hour 2 hour train ride from New York City.
Well, I think that
Yeah,
would be
I'd be
it. I
close.
mean, the difference is you'd be 2 hours from quote unquote the
That's
greatest
true.
city in the world, as opposed to being 2 hours from
That's true.
just Nebraska. I think
I would
that's part of it.
say in my 20s, oh yeah, I would have loved to live in New York. Like,
Yeah.
um, like not having to have a car would be really cool. Like, get
Yeah.
everywhere.
That's the big thing for me right now. I would love to live on the outskirts
Hmm.
of New York and just use public transit to get everywhere. As frustrating as public transit is, and I think that's part of the shift in my mindset of New York is within the last, 8
Yeah.
to 10 years, I've spent a lot more time traveling to other
Hmm.
countries and seeing what it's like in a big city, traveling via
Yeah.
public motorways and, subways and shit like that. Um, Whereas before, I thought the only
With a
good
car.
way to
Yeah.
get around was to
Yeah.
drive yourself. And then I'm like, oh, driving yourself actually fucking
Yeah.
sucks. I
Yeah.
like driving, but with all the traffic and
God,
all
could
the
you
to
imagine if
do with
like
everything,
LA
I'm
had a
like,
competent like subway system or like light rail, or like how are they like the major city that just can't figure it out?
they just can't figure it out. I just don't understand it, but it's like they do it a
Because
little bit. Like we're taking the Surfliner train from here to San
yeah,
Diego
I've heard that.
soon, and that's just a straight 2 hour
Mhm.
drive. And I'm like, excellent. But you can't put that within the
Because there
city?
does the train go to Azusa now, like the whatever light rail, but
Yes.
also getting there isn't
Yes.
about, and it's also super inconsistent times, isn't it? Like that's what I'll say
Yes.
about specifically in New York. It's like very consistent. There's trains all the time. Like you're never waiting
Right.
more than like what 15 minutes probably for the train you need. And so I think like when it's
Yeah.
dependable, public transportation is amazing.
Well, and I think it makes sense in a place like New York or, for instance,
Yeah.
places in Europe. Everything is so
Hmm.
stacked together where it makes sense to do a public subway or train system because it's like there's a huge thing on
Yeah.
First Street, there's a huge thing on Second Street, Third Street, Fourth Street, just right down the line. So it makes sense to go from A
Hmm.
to Z, right? Big like LA, that doesn't make any sense because there isn't a situation where you can go from A to Z and stop
Yeah.
one by one in between. That's a logical. Azusa is not a logical train
It's
stop.
just to get you.
It just
Well, for
isn't.
like a lot of like the suburban train, like even in like New York, it's just like you take the train, like the light rail or whatever you want to call it, into the city, and then you get on, like in the city has all like the spaghetti stations essentially. And
Right. So if I don't know, I just feel like it's not as set up
yeah,
in LA to go
you
one
also
by
have
one by
mountains.
one.
Like the
Right.
landscape of it
Yeah.
is fucking terrible to
Yeah.
try to build a train. Think how long it probably took to build the roads through like the valleys.
Yeah. And that's why they're still building highways. Cuz it's like yeah, it's a mess. I would love more public transit in LA,
Hey
but
man, they're gonna build all of it in 2 years for the Olympics.
true. That there's
They
no way that
promised
goes
that,
wrong.
you know. They actually know it's all gonna be shitty. Whatever Elon Musk tubes there are,
Oh yeah, the
yeah, that are
underground ones.
fucking just death
Yeah.
traps.
Yeah, that never go anywhere. Speaking of the Olympics, I think we're trying to get the fuck out for that and put our house up for rent.
Probably make a good amount of money.
Just get the fuck out of here.
Even-
But therein lies the issue. You'd have to go to Azusa to get the train downtown. So I don't know that anybody would want to stay out in West
They
Covina.
might, as long as you like price it not obnoxiously, where it was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's still like half the price of trying to stay downtown.
$1,000 a night.
Actually, that's probably, God, I can't even imagine what it's going to cost like near like SoFi.
Yeah.
Are
'Cause
there
think
even
about it. I mean,
hotels near
here,
SoFi?
I'm sure, but I'm sure they're
Yeah.
already booked.
Because that's a weird.
You know?
SoFi is
They're
in a
probably already
weird
booked out.
area.
It is. And that's the other thing. Why are there so many stadiums so close together?
Because where else they built
It's
them
insane.
all like in the undesirable land that was left.
Yeah, and it's that's the problem is it's all undesirable areas.
Just where they could get the land.
Yeah.
You're not building it in fucking Beverly Hills. Also, terrible landscape. You know, they just have to build a floating platform out in by Venice.
But
Yeah,
in the ocean?
In the ocean,
That would
just,
be cool.
you know, like
I'd be down for that. No
like
way
just
that goes wrong.
they have the Santa Monica Pier. It's just the fucking Long Beach dome.
Yeah. I mean, I'd go once.
Yeah, until the fucking earthquake happens and then it falls into the ocean.
Fucking Titanic 2.0.
Yeah, that LA is so weird because there's not a central area.
Right. That's what I was trying to say where New York is like New York City is
Like
the
Manhattan.
center
Manhattan
of everything.
Yeah.
Everything
Everything
happens.
mostly
Yeah.
you do is in Manhattan for the most part versus like
Right.
I couldn't even give you like downtown LA, no one goes to. That's
No. And Hollywood is dead.
even Hollywood proper is like no one goes there. I would say like Santa Monica,
The beach towns.
like Santa Monica,
Sure.
Venice. I consider in my mind almost like one area. I would say that
Huntington.
that's a little far though, isn't it? Is that technically Orange County?
Yeah,
So
but I
then
mean,
beach.
it's any beach town would be a good place to have some public stops,
Yeah.
I guess.
But if you were to like, say where is the place to go in LA, like the most I don't want to say touristy part, but like downtowny kind of feeling area, I would say Santa Monica.
Yeah, Santa Monica for sure. In any of the event centers,
Yeah.
you know, where the Clippers and the Lakers play.
Oh yeah, like the Forum or
That's probably the most where things are going to happen the most.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, coming to a screeching halt here. Hour 30 minutes in.
Hey, yeah, I told you. Do you want to live in New York as a? Because in the book, the Meet Me in the Bathroom, they talk about how like shitty where everyone lived in, like the Lower East Side, in Manhattan was really bad, but then it got like gentrified, so everyone went to Williamsburg. But then that got more gentrified, so
Yeah.
then everyone went back to Manhattan, and so it's like, oh, okay. But I guess I didn't realize like in New York City, like especially in the late '90s, how bad of a heroin problem it had.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's all dingy and I mean, it fits the aesthetic a little bit. I do feel like downtrodden New York does feel like heroin
and then
town.
Mayor Giuliani came up and cleaned up the streets.
Stop and
Yep.
search.
And that, yep.
Classic.
And then he went real batshit crazy. And he
As they
married his
do.
cousin. I don't know what level of cousin,
wouldn't
but
you?
like a level enough cousin where it's like, ew. I gotta look that up. Fact check it. That's how we're gonna end this episode.
Bye.